question we want you to consider at home. When decorating your own home, do you ever just stand back, look at a room, and think, something just doesn't look right? It doesn't feel right. Placement becomes key. So is balance, which makes the design concept we're going to discuss today oh so important.
It is. Angela Ingo, of course, she's the author of the home design blog Imagine Cozy. She's here to shake up our straight line furniture, all that stuff that's set up, help us see things at an angle. You say angling furniture really can change things and is often one of the most overlooked things people could do.
Well, it's interesting because when you are setting up your furniture, it seems so logical to set them in a square, to kind of line them along the wall. Or if they're not along the wall, at least squared up. Yeah, it just is one of those things that you don't think about a lot of times.
You want to blame it on the walls, don't you? Because they are set up that way. Oftentimes the carpet or the flooring is as well. A few benefits, though, you point out to angling your furniture, mixing up the shape of your room. The first one is you say it can create weight and balance. Yes.
When you are redoing a room, you want to be sure you've got things that are balanced. The heavy TV, entertainment center on one side, a lot of times need something a little heavier on the other side to equal out that balance. And sometimes angling the furniture helps to create that in a way that you couldn't figure out squared up.
You also say it adds some interest when you do it that way.
It does. You know, it's just a little bit of an out-of-the-box way of trying it. It's just not what you always see.
And a free way to instantly freshen up.
Isn't that the greatest? It doesn't cost you anything. And if you don't like it, guess what?
You can move it back.
There you go.
No painting over, no taking holes out of the walls.
No, you don't have to return anything. It's fantastic.
Very easy.
Really, like just in an afternoon with a couple hours. You can move things around, see if you like it, and then move it back if you don't, right?
Absolutely.
We've got 3 examples of 3 different rooms where you have gone in, angled the furniture. We get to see the before and after. First, we're tackling the living room. Here's the before. Looks pretty familiar.
Yes, everything is kind of squared up, and there's nothing wrong with that. This looks good. There's nothing wrong with it being squared up.
The piano's lined up with the wall, the couch is then lined up with the piano, even the table, the ottomans there, all in perfectly straight lines.
Yes, everything is kind of just in a nice square. So, what you want to do when you're looking to change up a room a little bit is the possibility of redoing. You move furniture a little here, you try it a little there, and it's something you can just kind of get your creative juices going. And it's not like it has to be, if there's any set way that is the perfect way to do it. You really can do it in a number of different ways. So you try moving it this way, a little that way. Sometimes you can take that square and just shift it. So as you can see in this living room, what we've done is ended up really kind of shifting the square.
You just rotated that same square.
We kind of just rotated that same square. Even though we moved the chair, we added a new chair, we kind of tilted it a little differently. But see, it's just, the piano's against the wall still, but that square we had is just shifted.
A lot more personality in the after.
Yes, and it's welcoming. When you come in the door, it's more welcoming. It's kind of more open. You walk right into it.
I do notice you've used the couch as almost an anchor and worked the rug, the table, everything around that couch. Is that a good takeaway tip, to take an anchor piece and work the angles around that one piece?
Well, you want to be sure, see, that you're trying to equal out the weight. So the couch is usually the heaviest thing. So if you can do that, and the rug is a nice way to anchor all those pieces of furniture together.
And the thing I loved the most was when we saw that sort of fast motion stuff. It wasn't like you instantly knew, do this, do this. It's sort of trial and error. You were trying stuff, you're moving stuff.
It is.
So don't be afraid if what you do doesn't really work out, just keep moving it around.
Absolutely. And that's the fun part of it.
Yeah.
You try a little here, a little there, you stand back, that didn't work so good. You try it again, and you just kind of fiddle with it.
It's a game.
It is.
Well, you fiddled with a bedroom. Let's take a look at this bedroom. I think, again, it looks pretty typical. Most bedrooms can look like this. No matter the size of the bed, it's usually pushed against a flat wall.
It is. And the thing that I love to do, this is a relatively small bedroom. And what happens so often, the bed gets pushed up against the side, the dresser's over on the other side, and, that's kind of it. But in a bedroom, I love doing this with twin beds. Just try moving it to an angle.
Okay, here you go to work. Look, a fast motion kicking in here.
You pull it to an angle, and this is easy to do with a twin bed. It's often more difficult when you have a double bed or a queen bed in a small room. So we shifted it to an angle, and this little bed didn't have a headboard. So we put a little stool back there. We took that little corner shelf, we put it on top, filled a few things in, added a little, isn't that funny, on the left side, it's an old bar stool covered with a little tablecloth, but it helps to anchor that bed in the corner and make it feel like it's weighted right. So does that not feel better?
The room actually looks bigger and
Isn't
lighter.
that weird? It's a strange thing, but when you move your furniture on an angle, often it allows you to feel like there's more space there.
And I would think it would do the opposite, actually. Even mathematically, when you think about it, it would take up more space at an angle, but it does. It freshens up that room, allows it to breathe a little bit.
It's interesting. It is. And the other thing is, when you walk into that room, that bed is the focal point of the room, and that is what you see.
And it welcomes you. You want to just flop down right on the bed. It was like the other room we saw before, that it sort of sucks you and you can slide into it at the angle there, you know?
It's really, it's just a great thing to try out. Just try it. It doesn't take you much time, doesn't cost you anything, and results are fun.
This is a visual lesson we are lapping up. Let's take one more example if we can. This is a family room. The before, straight lines, an even square.
Very logical, isn't it? You know, you square it up to the fireplace, the rug's there. It's just, you know, nothing's wrong with it. It looks fine, but yet there are some other possibilities. Now, the TV was a little bit on an angle already.
Yeah, they're venturing out there. They're brave souls there, aren't they?
So what happened is we thought, well, why not try the furniture to match the angle of the TV? And so we just kind of turned it a little. See how we kind of took that square and we just
angled it.
Turned it. And so it fits really nice with the fireplace. We were able to use the same rug, pull things around, added a few lamps with some tables, few pillows. Gosh, don't you just want to sit down there and watch a good movie or sit by the fire?
Yeah, so cozy, so
inviting. Look how welcoming it is. You just walk right in. Whereas before, the couch is kind of turned a little bit and you don't feel, I don't know, this angle, you just like, ooh, you want to just go sit right in there.
It's fun. It is. It's welcoming. That's a good word. Very welcoming, very playful
and
at the same time.
And this is the point. We're wanting to create something cozy, welcoming, a place that you want to come home to, a place that you want friends to come home to. It's all about the angle.
I'm trying to gather where the other walls here are, but regardless of where they are, it really is much more. You almost have a bigger opening to get in because you put that the sofa back, and it sort of lets you just come in more. It's more welcoming as you come in.
You're able to just kind of glide right in and sit right down.
The art of angling. Hopefully we have motivated you. One thing that is motivating, Angela's blog. You can visit that for more great ideas. ImagineCozy.com. We'll link you there from our website. Angela, as always, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Fun concept. Mix it up.